Well, you all know Arizona's heat is unbearable sometimes, especially on a day like today. It's a tough work and a tough climate, of course, for people who are outside, but it's a challenge postal workers have been dealing with for years.
Only a fraction of their vehicles on the road right now actually do have air conditioning. And our Justin Pizzera talked with Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema, who's hoping to change that.
The setting is fitting for this congressional hearing held at a postal facility in Phoenix. The topic, Arizona's heat and the lack of air conditioning in most postal vehicles. Out of 3,625 postal vehicles in Arizona, only 583 have air conditioning.
Our postal carriers throughout Arizona are dealing with extreme heat. And in fact, a lot of Arizonans probably don't know this, but less than 20% of our postal vehicles in Arizona have air conditioning. And inside those postal cars, the temperature can be as much as 20 degrees higher than it is outside. And this is really dangerous.
Senator Kyrsten Sinema is the chair of the Subcommittee on Government Oversight and Operations, so the post office falls under her jurisdiction. In March, the post office announced it was spending almost $3 billion for 50,000 new vehicles, replacing some that have been on the road for decades.
Why now? I mean, it seems like that would be obvious. It's very hot in Arizona that they don't have air-conditioned vehicles. Why is it taking so long for this to be addressed?
Well, unfortunately, the previous fleet of postal vehicles was purchased, as we've heard, well over 20, 30 years ago. And 20 or 30 years ago, it wasn't quite as hot in the summer.
The post office has implemented its heat illness prevention program called HIP. It's meant to prevent heat illness and outline what to do if a worker is feeling sick from the heat. The Postal Service says in Arizona, on any given day, about 3,600 people are on the streets delivering mail. After implementing HIP, the number of heat-related illnesses dropped. In 2018, there were 42 incidents. Last year, there were 23. Sinema says she's going to push the Postal Service to send as many new vehicles as possible to Arizona.
It's my hope that the Postal Service will assign these new generation vehicles to Arizona first, because we live in one of the most dangerous parts of the country for our letter carriers.
In Phoenix, Justin Pizzera, ABC 15, Arizona.
And just to add this, about 10,000 of the new 50,000 vehicles will be electric, and you will likely start to see them in neighborhoods near you next year.
5:38.